Nobody's here right now because it's nighttime. Could I rest over here? Yes, I could. Okay, maybe we just rest for the night then, and then people will be up in the morning. Let's try 8 a.m. and see if that works. Seems like people are getting up now. Wait, it's the guy I talked to, yeah. It's a drunkard. Cillian.
Welcome! In the name of our eternally reigning majesty, King Arthur, and the Knights of the Round Tables. I am obliged to inform you that fighting those who actively break the law and reject the rule of the crown is the duty and pride of every subject. As Camelot's representative, I will be paying a bounty of 10 gold pieces for the death of each bandit roving the area, as long as adequate proof is provided. I also recommend checking the bounty board for information on wanted criminals, especially those considered particularly dangerous. Please, state your business.
Yeah, I got a bunch of bandits I killed. Here's their skins or whatever.
Really? You fought bandits and killed them? Oh, I want to hear all the details. Here's your reward, but promise you'll tell me everything.
There's not much to tell. I just stab them and they die. I might have some from a bandit leader.
Oh, someone finally checked out the notices I was posting on the board.
Never mind, I don't. Okay.
Go chop off some heads.
Any reward for the ogre from the old Brock?
I can't believe you actually did it. A blade buried in that giant body. I can only imagine what a sight that was. Here, take your reward. And please accept Camelot's official gratitude. You've truly done a great service for the capital.
So you're a representative of Camelot?
That's correct. My name is Cillian. I was sent here from the capital to see how the Horns of the South are handling the bandit problem, and also to encourage the keepers to fight.
If Camelot knows about the bandits, why don't they send an army?
The situation with the Pict and Del Rita savages is precarious. Too bad we can't get rid of them as easily as we did with the Druids. There have also been rumors that we might soon have a civil war on our hands, so Camelot cannot afford to spread our forces too thin.
Why are we fighting with the tribes? What's the situation there?
There are rumors that the Rita tribes want to unite, and that would mean open war with Camelot. As for those Pict savages, they've been growing bold, leaving their forest. For now, it's just been small scrimmages. But who knows how it would end.
So, you're just like exterminating them? That is crappy. It's terrible. Talking about a civil war?
I don't really have much more to tell. It's hard to get any updates here. I only know that the new Lancelot has not been very popular, and that's putting it mildly. The Witch Morgane would have been burnt at the stake long ago if everyone weren't so afraid of her. And then we have the commoners who seem to keep forgetting their place, and loudly demanding changes. Everything is falling apart.
Sounds a lot like the nobles are just being terrible people, as leaders often are. What happened with the Druids?
Well, you've probably heard about the Druids making human sacrifices by stuffing people into wicker puppets and setting them on fire. Well, the people decided to give them a taste of their own medicine. They rounded them all up and then sent them up in smoke. Oh, how they must have howled and sizzled. Too bad I couldn't see it.
They were making human sacrifices, really?
Yep, made human sacrifices, prayed to the dark gods, brought the Wyrdness back. Bunch of bastards. Good thing they're worm food now.
Doesn't seem like it really helped anything. You sure they weren't just scapegoats for Camelot to blame for the Wyrdness coming back at one point? Were they all killed?
Most of them. The survivors have supposedly taken refuge with savages in the woods, and one of them is rumored to be hiding in the Horns area. But whether that was before or after the Charred Conclave, I don't know. Would you like to hear about him?
Yeah, sure.
His name was Slaudyarg. He was lurking near Blood Lake, a small pond where they used to throw the bodies of executed convicts. They say he would fish them out and use his magic to turn them into undead monsters. Supposedly, he started needing some fresher corpses, so he slaughtered one of the keepers. The Horns organized a manhunt. They found him and sentenced him to death. People say that the moment his body touched the surface of Blood Lake, The water turned red, and it's been scarred since that day. Some say that Slaughterjag came back from the dead and seeks revenge. But if you ask me, it's just a tale by local simpletons.
Have many people been claiming the bounties?
None so far. The keepers don't want to risk being turned into pincushions for a mere 10 gold pieces. Besides, the captain banned them from leaving the Horns of the South without a good reason. Too many bandits and not enough keepers.
So what if nobody claims the bounties?
Well, Camelot would send a group of knights with Sir Galahad at the head, and he's not interested in half measures. He'd probably burn down half the garrison, or hang them. He's done both. By the way, did you know that people who are hanged rarely die from strangulation? Usually the sudden jolt causes the backbone to snap, which separates the head from the body. A while ago I saw someone hanged in the village, and it's true. One snap, and it's done.
Depends, actually. You have to really get the length of the drop, and there's a whole bunch to do with the weight of the person and the length of the drop and all that stuff. Because apparently if you drop them too far, it has a higher chance of decapitation, and that's really not a good sight for the people, so you have to make sure to drop them just far enough, because you don't want them to be like strangling the whole time either, because that's just cruel, and also, you know, people be kind of disturbed by that. Anyway, that's probably too much information for now. Sir Galahad sure sounds like a force to be reckoned with.
No matter what you say about him, he's very efficient. Brutal, even by my standards, but efficient.
Okay, I'm gonna be going then.
Oh, hey, before you go, I can see the bloodlust in your eyes, you know. It takes one to know one. So here's some friendly advice, free of charge. If you're seeking scum to slay, you'll find bandits in the ruins of a merchant settlement nearby. It's worth visiting if you haven't already.
Okay. Murder on Demand new quest, and we got a bunch of quests completed. Oh, and a bunch of experience. 1,000 experience there, nice. That looks like a merchant stall. Have things to sell.
All mother's tits. I've just about had it with this bunch of repressed virgins. And who might you be? You don't look like one of them.
Can you chill?
If it weren't for their stupid rules, I'd punch you in the face, you patronizing jerk. Get lost!
But calm down.
What did I tell you? Leave me the hell alone.
I'm sorry you're such a bitch.
Huh. That's a first. I don't put much stock in heartfelt apologies as a rule. So what do you want?
I just want to sell stuff. Here, have 100 gold. There's no way I'll be able to get this.
That, I must admit, is the universal language of apologies. Especially among us merchants. You're forgiven.
Okay, I just want to sell stuff, but let me be your therapist for a second. What are you angry about?
Oh, I've had just about enough of dealing with those sniveling morons when they're up to something. Don't look at me like that. You don't get as far in life as I have if you can't smell bullshit from a mile away. There's something fishy going on here. But I'll get to the bottom of it. And here's a brilliant idea. You're going to help me.
You didn't even want to talk to me a second ago. Okay, maybe if you got a job, I'll do it, but not for free.
Straight to the point, huh? Don't worry, I'll pay you. And who knows, you might even get a discount on my wares.
So, what am I doing?
I just need you to go to Brandon and find out why that slime ball is pretending not to know I'm here. Tell him I'm waiting with his delivery. Although I'm pretty sure he knows this already.
Who's this Brandon?
You don't know? He's the captain of this entire circus. I thought since they let you in, you must have an in with him. And it turns out you know even less than I do. There's something going on, you know? They don't want anybody to know, but I can feel it. I've been doing business with the captain for years now. Then suddenly I found myself stuck here. They won't let me further in, not even to set up camp in the village. but they won't let me out either. Anyway, good luck to you. Come and visit if you need anything.
Yes, I would like to sell some stuff. Thank you. That's really all. I just want to sell some crap. Okay. This is actually pretty nice. Reducing the mana cost by that much is kind of nice. Eat all that stuff, unfortunately. I think we just sell... Really? You're only going to give me 5 gold for this? That's a hell of a reduction in the price. I mean, it's kind of a nice shield. I kind of want to keep it. 5 magic damage is nothing to sneeze at either on that. It's kind of nice. This thing, these kind of suck. I'm not going to lie. I'm gonna sell the duplicates here, I think. We'll see, but yeah, they're not that good. The druidic stuff is kind of interesting. A lot of this stuff is like interesting, might use it in the future type stuff, you know? Probably keep it around for now. Those are pretty small bonuses, though. Right, we gotta find whoever needed this. I forget the name, but someone here needed that. These are all enchanting items. I want to keep all those, I think. And I'll probably stash all my potions and my alchemy ingredients for now. And I can sell all this stuff then. It's worth a good bit. Okay, well, we made a decent bit of coin there. Do you have anything good? Not really. Movement speed. I mean, it's nice, but it's not very good. Allows sketching. Really? It allows sketching. It's only 8 gold, so sure. From now on, you can use a sketchbook whenever you want to draw what you see. Really? Okay. Wonder what that's good for, though. Spyglass for scouting? Yeah, I'd like that, too. That's nice. Zoom in a bit and see. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Shovels and stuff. We already have all this stuff. Fishing rod, yeah. But she has this stuff in case we need it again. Good to know, I guess, for that. Alright, I'll probably stash most of this stuff. But, like, really, imagine, you know, like, in real life, you go up to a merchant and you just want to buy some stuff or sell some stuff, and they get all crazy like that. That's just silly. Who does that? I know it's a video game, but were it real life, I would be like, I just want my coffee, you know?
Camelot, no? Timberwall, also no? So you're not from the north? Ah, of course.
You must be from Connacht. I should have guessed right away. So, who's in charge there now?
I'm from nowhere, actually.
Nowhere? Never heard about it. Must be a shithole like no other. And I think I won't learn much about politics from you.
You know, people are talking about rising unrest in the north, and a secret coalition preparing a coup at the highest levels of power. And that whole plague thing is just a tool to reach their final goal. The Red Priests are also trying to get something out of it.
And to be honest, it's not gone too bad for them. The Druids are out of the picture already.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me, I guess.
Well, sure. They want to establish a new order on our island. And it's not clear who's involved in the whole mess.
Maybe. Maybe our captain is even involved. Hell knows. They have their people everywhere. Damn it, you could be one of them too. Although when I look at you, I don't think so. You have such a stupid face. With all due respect, of course.
You don't look all that smart either.
You see? It takes one to know one. And that means we're just pawns. Folks like us won't change anything. But we have to talk out loud. It suits them when everyone keeps their mouth shut.
How would I recognize someone from a secret coalition?
That's the case. Those sons of bitches are good at hiding. They kinda blend in and live among us. It's hard to tell if it's hideous magic or some other tricks.
You're suggesting someone intentionally caused this plague?
Wait a minute. I'm not suggesting anything here. I'm just thinking out loud.
It doesn't make sense that the plague appeared just like that. Out of bloody nowhere? Hell no. It's a high-stakes game.
Hard to believe.
Aye. When I realized all of this, I couldn't pull myself together either.
Take our Excalibur as an example. Here, read this. You won't believe your eyes when you get to the second chapter.
Alright.
You know, I've been thinking lately. What if King Arthur is just a stupid fairy tale? What if the nobles and others involved in the whole conspiracy just made him up? And us peasants eventually just started to believe in it.
You know, one story for everyone. They drilled it into our heads, and drilled until it finally stuck. And then they built statues, wrote books, and everything else.
Who knows? You might be right. Sometimes when someone's crazy, you just agree with them to get the conversation over with.
You finally get it. It's just a pity that there are so few like us. Well, we just have to keep going, eh? And while we're at it, I have to get back to work. I'm on duty.
The truth about Excalibur. It pains me to see so many still blinded by the myths Camelot perpetuates, especially about Excalibur. Let's begin with its so-called magical nature. Legends claim King Arthur's enemies were blinded by its light, said to burn like 30 torches, but enchanting a weapon to emit flames is no great feat. With Merlin and Morgaine, two of the greatest mages at his side, such an illusion would have been effortless. The life-stealing power and protective scabbard? More deception. These tales discouraged others from examining the blade. The scabbard likely hid enchantments or activated them, bolstering the illusion of magic. Excalibur's divinity was crafted not by gods, but by cunning minds. Yeah, it's actually possible. Excalibur is supposed to be here, right? You look like someone from the Red Priest people? Brother Regan.
Blessings upon you, stranger. May the word always resonate within your soul.
Thank you, but I've already been blessed with tongs and pincers and fire and other manner of torturous devices.
What do you mean, my child?
Must have been a long time since you were over at the Island Asylum.
Indeed, my child. I have served in the Horns of the South since I turned 20. So, it's now my 40th year in the service of Kai and this noble abode. As for the asylum, I only know as much as my brothers deem necessary to relay to me in their letters. I only receive reports on their progress towards curing the Red Death. I'm afraid that I simply cannot believe your blasphemous words without proof.
I got plenty of proof, alright.
So it's your word against the word. Let's leave it at that.
I thought I could give him some of this stuff and convince him. Maybe not, though. What do you think of the Wyrdness?
It's a sickness, a corruption, but also a mystery. Many of my brothers would call it a curse, a stain upon Avalon that must be purged. And yet, I wonder, did Kai not teach us that all things have a purpose? That even suffering carries wisdom? The weirdness twists and warps, yes. It consumes and it takes. But it also gives. Life grows in its wake. Strange and terrible, but life all the same. If we are to fight it, we must first understand it. And that is what frightens the Church most of all. Understanding.
That actually sounds like a bit of a heretic compared to his normal Red Priest brethren. Are the Horns ready to fight the Wyrdness?
As prepared as any men can be against something they barely understand. Swords and fire will hold back beasts. But what of the creeping rot that twists flesh and mind alike? But there is one thing. The Excalibur they keep here. It has not been wielded in an age, yet the weird does not creep near it.
Why?
Well, even as it rests upon its pedestal, the air around it remains untouched. The tendrils of corruption that strangle stone and steel refuse to claim it. The Keepers may not see it for what it is, but I do. There is power in that blade. Something ancient, something beyond the Church's teachings. And if it truly holds back the weirdness, then perhaps it was never meant for men alone.
So you feel safe here?
Safe? No. But safer than most, I suppose. But tell me, what is safety, truly? A stronghold? A weapon? A prayer? I've seen men with all three fall just the same. So no, I do not feel safe. But I do feel watched. And sometimes that is enough. Certainly, Kai's blessings know no bounds. But sometimes it's useful to seal them in a handy flask.
Oh, you're like an alchemy shop? Oh, and he sells other stuff too. No frostbolt though, huh? It's a magical shield fully negating the next received damage for 120 seconds. That's not bad. It requires a lot of spirituality though to use it. Heals you over time. Prolonged channeling increases the healing by up to 200% over 4 seconds. Okay, that's cool. A heal is nice. Alright.
May Kai's word always guide you.
Yeah. Whatever. So, the Sword Excalibur is keeping back the weirdness. It's why whenever we entered here, the weirdness seemed kind of pushed back. That must be it right there, actually, I would say. This must be the Quartermaster we're supposed to talk to? Fergus, yeah.
Sir, I haven't seen you before. I wasn't expecting any guests, and you don't look like a new recruit. And yet, Odrin let you in. He's not drinking again, I hope.
I don't want to get the guy in trouble. He did let us in after all.
Huh, that's surprising. But good. Very good. He's been a drunk for as long as I can remember. Keeps saying he'll stop, but he never does. At least not for long. The name's Fergus, and I assume you already know I'm the Quartermaster here. Now state your business. And please, try to be convincing, or the walls of this fortress will be the last thing you'll ever see.
Got this pin from a friend. Do you know what it means?
Yes, I know. And that's why you're still standing in front of me. However, these pens were only given to certain people. They mean that in times of trouble, these people will always find a safe haven here in the Horns. And that makes me wonder, what happened to your friend? Where is he?
I have no idea if he's dead or not. We got shipwrecked on the way, but he could have made it.
If what you're saying is true, he must have had a deal with somebody well above my pay grade, and that leaves only the captain. However, if you're lying, then you might as well have just confessed to the murder of a Knight of the Round Table. But nobody's that much of a fool, I think. Fortunately for you, I've seen my fair share of morons in life, and you don't look like one. Fortunately for me, this pen only means that I'm to make sure you're safe in the Horns. Nothing about helping you out with whatever you're up to. Anyway, welcome to the Horns of the South. Make yourself at home.
Ninian is dead. He's told me to bring you this.
Ninian. I knew the Red Death would take him. Damn shame. He was one of the good ones. You did right bringing this back. The Horns look after their own, even after they're gone. But, now that I think of it, how did you manage to get hold of his tag?
He wasn't taken by the Red Death. The Red Priest tortured him in the Island Asylum.
Tortured? In the asylum? You can't expect me to take that at face value. Brother Rialgan said Ninian was too weak to survive the journey. They came for him, and we even held a symbolic keeper's burial for him. And what were you doing in the island asylum? You look fine, but if you were there, near him...
He's never going to believe this. It was all a misunderstanding. The Red Priest caught the wrong person.
I'm sorry this happened to you. Still, you have to understand. Now that you've told me this, I'll be keeping a close eye on you. No risks can be taken when it comes to the Red Death.
I found a piece of metal with an inscription. Do you know what this is?
That's one of our tags. Every soldier gets one when they pledge their loyalty. I just hope the body you took it from was already cold, because killing a keeper would land you in some serious trouble. You know, here's what I'm thinking. If you stumble over any of our fallen keepers out there, bring me their tags. Sure, they all swore to stay here until the bitter end, but they have families who deserve to know what became of them. It's part of my duty, but since I can't send any more beyond these walls, maybe you could lend a hand. I'll pay you for every tag you bring back.
Yeah, fair enough. I have another tag, maybe?
You know where to find me if you come across any more.
Apparently I do. Okay, so we got a bunch of coins from that, and more experience? No, just coins. I talked to Orlaith. Why can't she leave the place?
That's between her and the captain. Were it up to me, she'd be long gone. Her presence here distracts my men.
Okay. If you know Orden's a drunk, why do you keep stationing him at the front gate?
He's not our first line of defense. The archers are. Every man here needs to have a job. And no offense to Odrin, but let's just say we can afford to lose him.
Fair enough. Not a very good look, though.
I'm sure the hordes of visitors clamoring at our gates can survive the insult.
Could I talk to the captain?
Just as I thought. If you have friends among the knights, you'll want to talk to the captain. But that's not happening anytime soon.
Why?
Because I said so. What? Did you really expect that you could just enter our keep and head straight for the captain's quarters? There wouldn't be much point in having walls and guards here if anyone could just do that, would there?
Okay. So you want my help with some stuff, then?
We've been having trouble with the dead lately. The kind that don't want to rest in peace. There are more and more of them roaming the area. It might just be the Wyrdness, as it has been steadily creeping closer from the north, but somehow I doubt it. Anyway, I suggest you go see Marg first. He knows best what's going on there.
Who's Marg?
He's our huntsman. He keeps us stocked with meat, so the lads don't have to live on fish alone. They get pretty grumpy when that happens. Right now, Marg is the only other person who's allowed to leave the keep. I'm not about to risk the life of our last link to the outside world, especially when you're so eager to lend a hand.
Okay, I'll do it.
Good. Try not to get yourself killed, and get rid of whatever's been causing the problem.
I don't think we should say we're here for Excalibur. You know what, actually, sure, why don't we just tell him, I'm here for Excalibur.
Excalibur? You want to pull it out? That's a good one. Well, be my guest. If you think you can, go ahead. But unless you're King Arthur reborn, I wouldn't count on it.
Okay, I think that's good enough for now.
If you need rest, you can sleep in the barracks. It's no royal chamber, but it's better to sleep under a roof than under the stars, right? Especially in this horrible weather.
Okay, well, at least we have a place to sleep. I mean, barracks is better than the random camp over there. And here is our stash. Nice, I can drop stuff off. Okay, gonna drop a whole bunch of stuff off, then... Okay, that's much more reasonable. 50 of 155 is much, much better. I can deal with that. Kitchens are over here. Can I go inside? Buy some ingredients here or something?
You? Ah, shit. Another mouth to feed. Teargas must have been off his rocker if he thinks I can feed everyone with the little he gives me. I'm serious. If we don't open the keep soon, we'll have to start eating rats. Not that I can't cook them in a way that makes you think it's chicken.
Oh, could you teach me some recipes?
Oh, this is new. Maybe we'll get along after all. The dimwits here never want to learn, only eat.
I have to buy them, I think, but yes, I could. I already know Kraken. This is kind of expensive. And I already know most of the stuff anyway, so probably will find these around the place, so not a big deal. Okay. Probably just find a lot of the recipes around, or just we'll discover them by just randomly mashing stuff together. Seems to work okay. Jan's quarters, and this is Keeper Lanzo.
If you're here to see the healer, don't bother. He's a quack and a butcher who likes to watch people suffer.
That's a serious accusation.
And I mean it! He's a know-it-all from Camelot, but the truth is, he doesn't know shit. All of those academic types think they're better than us village folk, just because they read a book. We've been getting by just fine without any of their crap.
Why do you say that?
I came to him with a toothache, asked him to make me something for the pain, and you know what he did? He said my tooth is rotten, and then sent me to Osprey to get it pulled out.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you do with rotten teeth.
Sounds like horse crap. My grandma was smarter than your lot, and she couldn't even read. She knew how to make a proper potion for toothache. If I were any good at mixing that stuff, I wouldn't need to deal with quacks like Heber. I even gave him my grandma's recipe, but he said it was no good.
Do you still have the recipe?
No, Heber took it, the plonker. Said if I don't know how to make it, I shouldn't have it. And that he doesn't want some questionable homebrew medicine spreading through the keep.
If it's strong enough to get rid of a toothache, then it probably is pretty inebriating and you shouldn't really be giving it to people. If you just remove the tooth, you wouldn't need a potion.
Oh yeah? And then what? Another and then another? Give it a few years and I'd be left with no teeth at all. Ah, leave me alone.
I mean, that's kind of how it works, unfortunately. Heber is a local healer. But that says Jan's quarters, doesn't say Heber's quarters. Random junk pot up over here. Oh, this is stuff I can just take, huh? Holy Crap, that's a lot of stuff I can just take, huh? That's like the entire pile worth of stuff, huh? That's cool. Going through each and every one of those would be annoying, I guess. A rusty sword. Oh, it's shoved through the thing. I see. The jail. This should be the barracks, I'd assume? You don't talk, I guess? No, you do. Keeper Dyson.
You all right, newbie? Have you been to see the refugees? I can't believe poor Cole was put in a cage.
No, I haven't. Who's Cole?
Hey, what a mess. Cole came to us with a group of refugees from some nearby villages. They were looking for shelter from, well, everything that's been happening here. Bandits, the Wyrdness, the Del Reader, hunger. I was happy Fergus let them in and allowed them to stay. You'll meet them in the village. They live in the buildings up high. Not long ago, though, Cole started acting very strange, erratic, sometimes even aggressive. One of our keepers, old Mahon, tried to calm him down. He might have used too much force, and Cole felt compelled to defend himself. He bit old Mahon. And since then, the old fool has been lying in the infirmary. Frankly, I think Mahon brought it on himself. They shouldn't have put that poor man in a cage.
So they think he's, like, got the sickness or whatever?
If you ever meet Patrice, please give her those flowers. I know it's not much, but I'd like her to know she's not alone. I support her and the other refugees. And I'm sure there are more of us who do.
Oh, so you just like one of them, huh? A bouquet for Beatrice. All right. Just making sure very carefully that I'm not stealing anything here. That was cut off rather abruptly. This is the barracks. Yes, this is where we can sleep at. Yeah, just find a bed and jump into it, I guess. Could do a fair bit of stealing in here, too. There's nobody here right now. Though, someone could just walk in. Again, time is not frozen when we're doing this. I really need Frostbolt. I'm not going to take anything unless it's Frostbolt. Just give me a Frostbolt. Come on. There we go. It's also just nice experience. Nice skill ups for lockpicking. Okay. Well, no Frostbolt, but we did get some experience, I guess. It's fine. Alright. I think that one random chest just has like a spell in it, and it's guaranteed to be a spell, but it's not guaranteed to be Frostbolt, unfortunately. which is what I need. Here's the jail. Cole is over there. I'll maybe find out more about that later. Oh, hey, it's you. Still drunk, huh? Or maybe just hungover? There's a lumber point there I can use, too. Wow, this is like... So the refugees live like all the way up there, way up high? That's kind of crazy, isn't it? This seems rather precarious. Don't know about all that. I guess we go up and see if we can pull Excalibur out. Now, when I tried this in the early access, it just killed my character instantly, which I thought was a bit much, considering that King Arthur himself was like, oh yeah, you should go and get Excalibur. And it just like killed me, you know?
Stay quiet. Stay safe.
Hello?
Bloody seagulls! Can you hear me? You flying vermin! Just try landing here and I'll pluck your asses clean. A keep by the sea. What a great idea that was. And what do you want?
Why so fixated on seagulls?
I'm fixated. Me? Oh, you didn't see what they did to me a week ago. I was just standing watch as usual, and then, suddenly, splat. A dozen of them flying overhead, screeching, shitting and whatnot. So, I yelled what I think about them, shaking my fist. And then another 4, splat! And they kept screeching. I tell you, they're laughing at me. I spent all night cleaning my armor. Sewell didn't think it through when he decided where to put the keep, mark my words.
I guess he didn't like what you said about them.
And I don't like how you seem to think I'm a fool. So, what now? Should I shit on you for that? I don't think so. I once managed to shoot a few. I thought they'd learned their lesson and wouldn't be flying over here anymore. And guess what they did? They kept shitting. With increased force. Like they're planning it. Vengeful scoundrels. I need to try a different strategy. Find something that will make them feel real terror. Like the way crows are afraid of scarecrows in fields. I'm sure seagulls also have something that scares them. We just need to find out what it is.
Okay, sure, let me help you out.
Oh, thank you. I just need you to bring me some kind of a bird scarer. They'll learn their lesson and keep away from me.
Do you know anyone that might know about seagulls?
I don't know. I'm not sure if there's anyone crazy enough to take up something like this. There is one guy in the museum, Ryderik. He's supposed to know everything.
Why not? Regular short sword, that's not bad. You guys all have quests for me?
Were you at the pledge? I didn't see you.
I'm just passing by, I don't serve.
Yeah. Victory over health. Honor over life.
Do you need some help?
Yeah. Bandits, tribes, Sodomol. Sleep, damn it, is the worst son of a bitch I ever fought. No sleeping, no. The service is eternal. Where would we be if Seawall took naps all the time? You need to serve, not...
It'll kill you eventually. You have to sleep.
I shut my eyes for about 15 minutes every day. Sometimes 20. Besides, a true keeper doesn't sleep. He keeps watch. The Old Mother will reward me after I'm dead. But I'm not gonna lie. That potion from Eber, our physician, works miracles. You could stand on the walls all day and night and not even think about closing your eyes.
I don't think you should be asking for any more, but sure, could you ask him for more?
What? Listen, pal, I never asked. I just came in the evenings when I was getting sleepy and took it. And then Yan put it somewhere else. Keeper's vigor. Good stuff.
So you stole it.
Excuse me? Those were local supplies for every keeper. Shit. Maybe I was stealing. Oh, I never thought about it like that. Service.
That's all, huh? Just gonna stay awake forever. All right, good luck with that. People have actually died from staying awake too long. Not sure how they managed it, but they have. Oh. That's a long drop. Couldn't have put some stairs there? I gotta go all the way back around now. It's a circle. Should be, you know, circular with a way to get back.
Stay quiet.
Out going
Stay safe.
around, yeah. Anyway. Okay, I do have a quest to go and take care of some undead. There are plenty of other side things to do around here as well, like the bandits and such. I want to see if I can get that sword out, though. What happens if I manage that? Can I take all that? Yeah, just take all of it. Nice. I hear the banging of a forge. It's over here, huh?
Oi, friend. A question. Do you know why people always stop and watch a blacksmith at work? Because he's riveting. It's good to see a new face in this sad hole. Oh, of course. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Osbert, local master of hammers and anvils. Do you need your blade sharpened?
Got any work for me?
Ha! Friend, I wish. But the only task I could use help with might be a bit too delicate for you to handle. Unless you're a master goldsmith, then feel free to prove it, and I'll have work for you immediately. There's just not enough of them to go around. And now that we're on lockdown, there's not much demand for my services either.
Must be something I could help you out with.
Listen, I said I don't have any jobs, as in things I pay you for doing. That doesn't mean I can't teach you a thing or two. If you're willing to learn, that is.
Yeah, of course.
Since you're free to wander about while I'm stuck in the keep, maybe we can make good use of that. You've probably bashed in the skull of a beast or two, right? The alchemists. They're likely snatching up the corpses, using the muck to cook their weird concoctions. But perhaps you'd rather craft yourself some armor from those hides, huh? We should start with something simple. Let's see. I'll give you some notes on how to make armor. You gather the materials and get to work. And when you're done, you can bring it over so I can see what you've made.
Okay. So we're gonna make some armor from the corpses of our enemies. At a general crafting bench, it seems like. Okay, I might experiment with a bit of crafting off screen. I'm not going to go too deep into it while we're here, though. This should be where Excalibur is, right? Yes, here it is. Now, like I said, previously, this just straight up killed me instantly. But literally, Arthur was like, go take it. So...
This feeling, it was so strong, so real. I remember now, the weight of it, the power. This blade was never just steel. It was a part of me.
So it holds a piece of your soul?
Yes, the sensation is unmistakable. But it carries more than my soul. It carries a part of my legacy.
Why can't I draw it?
A sword like that, it doesn't yield easily. It demands strength of body and of will. You'll need to grow stronger before it will choose you.
So at a certain level I can pull it out, huh? Going to assume this will just kill me if I don't have enough then. Alright, fair enough. Get stronger then pull it out later. There's the captain's quarters, but I'm quite sure he's not here. I checked this, or he's here, but you just can't get in, I think, is the deal. Yeah, requires the guard's key. This is all stealing, so I won't do that for now, I guess. Oh. Oh, for a second there, I thought that was a dead person laying there. Okay, I guess... Oh, hello... Sorry, coughing fit. Hello there.
Welcome to the Museum of the Horns of the South, the southernmost keep under Camelot's jurisdiction. My name is Ridderick, and I will be happy to introduce you to the rich history of this fascinating place. A history that began 623 years ago with the first keeper, Sewell Firstfoot. I'd also like to bring your attention to our numerous exhibits that are, as I like to say, inanimate witnesses of the history of the Horns of the South.
Okay, seagulls. Do you know what they're afraid of?
I have to admit that local fauna is not one of my main areas of interest, but I do know the answer to this question, as it is rooted in the history of the Horns of the South. It used to be the case that a significant part of the daily catch was gobbled up by our troublesome coastal neighbors. So the keepers of that time found a very peculiar way to deal with the problem.
Okay, and what is it?
Some of them, called the seagullers, scared off the coastal birds using specially constructed masks. They made them from feathers and pieces of tanned pigskin sewn together. The reason the gulls avoided these masks is unclear, but perhaps their peculiar shape reminded them of a natural predator?
Maybe. Okay, maybe I can make it for them then? Pigskin and feathers. This guy talks real slow and I don't actually want to ask him stuff. I'm just gonna look around, okay? There's a spoon here, a wooden spoon. Is this like Arthur's spoon? Arthur's boots? Arthur's coin purse? It's all very, very interesting. So you're here like all day? Well, I guess everyone's got to have a job, right? Now that is an interesting picture, though. Took a wrong turn and ended up over at the museum. And it's still a wrong turn. Where the heck am I going here? Where is the door? Oh, here it is. Door back out. Okay. So we cannot pull the sword out just yet. I need to get stronger. Captain has a quest for us to do. You do some crafting and stuff. I might do a bit of crafting and stuff off screen so I don't bore you all to tears with it. And then we'll proceed and do some more exploring of the area and some quests and such.